Hey, it's Leah, and welcome to Enlightened Mystic Essentials. Today we will be looking into the year of 2023, representing the 7. That's also known as the Chariot. So I will go over 2 cards that I have here of the Chariot, right? And explaining to you all what they are about, or what the year 2023 is about. If you are new to my channel, my name is Leah. I will tell you what I see. I will tell you what I feel. I will also tell you what I hear. I am a person who does not beat around the bush. I will give it to you straight up, no chaser, just blood raw. All right. So after we go over the year 2023 and what it's gonna mean for us all, right? We are gonna look to see what the month of February, March, and maybe April is gonna bring, or who is gonna come in to bring us help through divine doors or divine opportunity. So the year of 2023 is the year of the Chariot, also known as the driving force. The Chariot always is in forward motion. And I believe the driver name is the Charioteer, which is the driver of the Chariot. This is the person who drives at high speeds because they are on their way to explore the world, which represents new places and new people. The Chariot is also uh a tool for war, or also known as a weapon. But it also is a tool that is used for exploration, pathways for trade, and international relationships. In many of the Chariot cards, you may see the Phoenix, right? Which is right here, right? A lot of people, of course, associated with Egyptians, right? Egyptians, remember, phoenixes were, I believe, were found outside certain temples, right? The phoenix represents the sign of passage into new territories. And these territories doesn't necessarily always have to be physical territory. Like if you live in Florida or Georgia, say you take a trip to Washington, or you're traveling to Jamaica, uh, or something like that. It also represents new territories within the spiritual realm. Some cards also have 4 columns, but anytime you see a card with 4 columns, it just represents the 4 seasons, the 4 elements, the four directions, the 4 suits, which could be spades, clubs, diamonds, hearts, or coins, swords, hearts, and staffs. When you see the Chariot card come out in a reading, this could tell us that we need to have the courage, right, to follow our dreams. Also, the Chariot is the driving force, because it is a force that is to be reckoned with. So, when the Chariot comes out, this represents some type of major movement, right? It is also associated with the sign of Cancer, that represents home, family ties, and motherhood. This Chariot card could also speak of needing to change the direction in which you are traveling. This is also a card known as a team card, right? Team, because you have the driver and you have the Phoenix, or some you may have the driver and horses, and here you have a person right at the top. It kind of puts me in the mind of the image of a Sagittarius. Here you have a person at the top, and then there's a tiger at the bottom. And what they are doing as one is busting through a wall, right? A blockbuster, right? Could also be used, or some type of road opener And once again, in the background, we have the Egyptian symbol in the pyramid in the background, right? Open way, open road. 7 is also a number of clearing or reset, in case you did not know. Seeing the Chariot card could also represent travels, which, we know that. It also could represent a new car or a new vehicle. And don't forget that when you see the Chariot card, it necessarily doesn't represent the physical travels, but the spiritual travels too. And for many of you, this could represent, right? Not just like a physical map or Google Maps or asking Alexa, but it could also represent you checking your spiritual maps to see where you are spiritually, right? Anytime you see this car upright, it represents movement forward, right? Forward motion travels. Upright could also represent war or warriors, right? Fights, battles, conquest, triumphs, victory, having the will to control your direction, courage, and facing fears. In reverse, right? In reverse, this card represents delays, opposition, static, being in a stalemate, an object at rest, or no movement, right? And because the Chariot is 7, right? I'll show you 7. Major Arcana 7. In this deck, 7 represents the power. The Chariot represents power. See? It is the year of 7. 7 is a magical number, right? When you talk about 7, what is linked to 7 is the 7 days of creation. See? The 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit, which are wisdom, understanding, counsel, fortitude, knowledge, pity, and fear. See? 7 deadly sins, 7 virtues, 7 metals. What are the 7 metals? Gold, silver, iron, mercury, tin, copper, and lead. 7 visible planets. 7 colors of the rainbow. 7 chakras. And the 7th day, right? In the 7th month, which represent a day of rest or the day of reflection. What many people are going to have to see for themselves, so we will all know when you talk about the spiritual map where you are at spiritually, because we are in the year of 7. Everyone is gonna go through the 7 of swords, the 7 of coins, the 7 of staff, right? Or the 7 of cups. So let me briefly go over what they mean, because that is the 4 seasons, right? 4 seasons. So anytime you see the 7 of wands, it represents the season of valor, right? Season of valor, having confidence, having strength, right? When you're outnumbered or when your back is against the wall, right? You're going to see a lot of people having courage or getting courage from where, unknown strength to move forward. You're gonna see a lot of people with determination on their mind, right? They're gonna set goals and achieve goals. They're gonna have their minds set to thrive, right? And with this thriving within their minds, this is where you're gonna see a lot of creative thinking. A lot of products are gonna be made. Look, a lot of products are gonna be made. A lot of new inventions here. We have the 7 of cups and the 9 of swords. A lot of people are going to start having their desires met, or they're gonna start having that willpower they're gonna start thinking of ways, creative ways, how to get out of the nine of sword energy when you're down and out and in the darkness. A lot of people, they're gonna start shifting out of the dark night of the soul, or a time of unknowing, or a time of confusion, to come into the light, right? A lot of people are going to start seeing their goals before them, and they're going to come out of these closets and come out of these dark spaces and come out of all of this stalemate to get what they desire, right? That's what it represents. 7 with the 9 makes the 6. What is the 6? Balance. And if I didn't say it earlier, I also read numbers, colors, to also give you inside messages as well, right? Numbers, colors, right? And positions is also important. So, when you speak of the 7 of Cups, which we just had, the 7 of Cups is also known as all is illusion, the card of all illusion. It represents the daydream, illusions, options, choices, and desires. Yeah. Um, you're many people are gonna go through the 7 of Swords, which they call the 7 of Swords unstable efforts, or it is also known as the card that is called the card of the thief, right? Or thief in the night. It serves as a warning card, right? It tells us that a traitor is in our camp and it is time to put our guards up. You must be careful, because the 7 of Swords also is that card that represents sabotage, where it be self-sabotage or to sabotage a plan, right? Or some type of efforts that were put into place that is literally going to go to hell. 7 of Swords is the unstable efforts card. In reverse, it could also represent neglected advice, where someone could try to speak to you and give you some advice that is to help you, and you neglect it and then you fail. The last season that many are going to go through is the 7 of Coins. This is the card of watching, waiting, hoping. But at the same time of watching, waiting, and hoping, don't forget you're gonna be at a pause or a stalemate, right? You're not gonna be moving. It is also a time of reflecting, right? Reflecting. For many, when your investments arrive or your fruit becomes ripe, it could also be a time of harvesting coming. Right? So, be careful, because the 7 of Coins in reverse could represent money worries or financial burdens, right? A person who is disappointed, a person who is anxious, a person who is impatient. Also, a person who likes to argue and fight. So be careful. So now that we are in February, right? Many of you should have already noticed what season you are in. Are you in the 7 of Coins, 7 of Swords, 7 of Staff, or 7 of Cups, right? To the beginning of this year, right? So we're going to get into the reading, which is going to be about February and March, what we all should expect, or what is going to happen in these times, right? So the first card we receive is 1111, and this is for February. And if you need to know or compare December and January doors of opportunity was put up December, right? So 1111, the door of 1111. It says numbers in double, synchronicities in two. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. Do not forget, if you looked at the reading before, I also told you that February is a special month, because February is that month in which hell is going to be upset, because hell had prepared itself to receive a lot of lost souls A lot of people committing suicide. See, a lot of people was gonna take their life in this month. A lot of people were going to end it because they were burdened. Don't forget, this year is gonna be a year of heavy movement, and a lot of people were not going to be able to keep up with it, so they had decided to take their lives. I actually felt really heavy, and I felt life leaving this world like crazy, and that energy was so heavy. So it says 1111, numbers in doubles, synchronicity in two. Do not hold your love now. Life is meant for you. Um, Major turnaround this month. Many of you need to sit back and look at a lot of positive things that are gonna happen, and not just sit back, but actually get into the motion and the notion to help, because this isn't just Black History Month. This is a spiritually month of healing, and a lot of people don't know. But anytime humans or us, right, we have the opportunity to make hell and the devil upset, that is a win, for us, because a lot of people don't believe in heaven and hell. They don't believe in a higher power or a creator, right? They just feel like they just doing their time, like they in earth prison, and when it's over with, they die, and that's it. And for those who believe, this is our month, right? Spiritually, this is our month. This is everybody's month. So I think that because we're in the second month of the year, right, which is also known as the two, and don't forget, twos represent doorway, gateway, thresholds, right? Um, and then we received 11, which breaks up down to a two, and another 11 that breaks down into two. If you think about it, the second month, which is February, this 11, which is two, the next 11, which is two, they represent six. Six is a month of balance. So a lot of energy of balancing is going to be going on in February. And a lot of thanks and praise is going to be given. So in March, because your door is face down, a lot of you are going to get hit with this opportunity or this door, or it's going to be a surprise, right? A surprise. And the door is called silent skill. Silent, right? Quiet. Skill. Skill could represent a trade. I also hear a work of art. Um, um, I hear a spiritual sign, and only the ones who are spiritually tuned in shall receive. This is what I hear. It says, I challenge you to unpack your mind. In meditation's grace, the soul can unwind. Breathe in, breathe out, and let go of doubt. That is for March. Silent skill. And to be honest with you, for as many years as I had this deck, let me show you the Divine Doors. I have never, ever, ever, ever received silent skill. This is my first time ever seeing silent skill. I challenge you to unpack your mind, letting go of anxiety. But don't forget, this year you have to be careful, because the Chariot could also represent feelings of anxiety. What I have been picking up on a lot since we've been in this month, and this month we only been in what, a year? I mean a week, sorry. I have been tuning in and picking up on a lot of people going to the gym, joining yoga classes, learning how to meditate. And I feel like by March, because I hear somebody scream, by March, a lot of people are gonna learn how to release anxiety and doubt, right? And that's gonna be part of their go-to for a break or go-to for relaxation. Yeah, let's go. So let's get some insight. I hear energy. So let's get some energy for February and March. For March. And also, March is spring. Spring is coming. And I feel like a lot of people are gonna be renewed, right? Renewed. It's gonna be some type of freshness in the air. I feel like February is gonna be that time of celebration and the hoorays and the yay yays. And March is gonna be that time. Okay, let me calm down. Let me take a breath. Let me relax. See, that's how I feel, right? So spirit 4, and if you're new to my channel, you hear me say spirit, I'm talking to Holy Spirit, divine spirit of our Father, right? So spirit for February, what is the energy, right? Surrounding 11:11, right? The door for 11:11 in March. Stop. Look at here. Cornucopia. Y'all better get with it. Many blessings, baby. Who don't want it? Who don't want it? Um, and guess what? Cornucopia comes in as 11. I don't know who played the lottery. Y'all better play the lotto. It's a lot of 11s. Cornucopia. It represents many blessings. So, I feel like now I feel like my heart is happy. It's gonna be a month of celebration because for the souls who are going to reject going to hell for one, right? A lot of you may need to increase your fruits as well. But when you look in the card right there, hopefully y'all can see it right there is a butterfly. And this butterfly is being hit by this sun ray, right? That represents the illumination or the celebration of changes. Butterflies represent changes. Let's go. Who don't want it, right? So now you have, once again, 11, 11, 11 represents a 6 that represents balance. So for many of people, this month is going to be a month of balance. Let's go. Who don't want it? For March, spirit, what is, stop. They're coming out quick. What is going to be the energy surrounding silent skill? A broken heart. A broken heart. Let's go. Many of you, I feel like it is not necessarily a person. See that? I feel like a lot of people who have attached energies, right? Attached energies. I feel like for many of people who are going to be heavy, right? Heavy. These are the people who are going to have to, that's why I says I challenge you to unpack your mind. I feel like something here may have hurt, right? May have caused pain. And in order to get through, get through. Maybe this is also a time that a lot of tears are going to be shed. You see the tear at the bottom of the tear of the heart. A lot of hurt and pain. Many of you are going to learn how to release. Let's go. Release. Don't forget March is also that month of creation. 3. Creation. Let's go. Let's see what needs to be surrendered, released. Spirit, what needs to be surrendered, released, and accepted for the month of February, for the door. Let's go. So you got many blessings coming in, and then you got to release. And I also hear the word flood. Flood. Now, flood can represent a flood of people with tears, crying rivers. It could also tell you to keep your eyes on the water in case you are new. I am the one who has been telling people since last year to keep their eyes on the water and what has occurred. The people remember everyone who got in the pool waters and they skins, and I had to go to the hospital from the a theme park. Last year we also had, you see it? We also had a flood in the desert. We also had many flash floods where a lot of people lost their lives. Don't forget, we're in the age of the Aquarian. What is the Aquarian doing? Pouring the water out upon the world. You receive for February surrender to non-action. Coming in wounded. Feminine energies represent wounded. Coming in wounded. Feminine energy. It says, now is the time to be still and not act. Yeah, you know why? Because blessings are on their way. In case you didn't know, cornucopia. It says simply breathe and focus on your own power. The year of 7 represents power. Let others come to you. That's right. Let your light shine, baby. Because one thing I always will tell you here, in a world full of darkness, the smallest beam of light can be seen. Don't never forget it. In a world of darkness, for a lot of you, you're coming in wounded feminine energy because you don't know how to stay still. Stay still, look, give thanks. And don't forget to give thanks that your eyes are open. Hand represents action. What must you do? Take action to do nothing. And for the month of March, Spirit, surrender to divine timing. February, the divines got this, baby. You sit back, yes, and let them do their thing. That's it. It says sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. Anytime the word ego is being used, that is a person who is acting out the right hemisphere of their brain, because the right hemisphere of your brain represents the physical world, where the left hemisphere represents the spiritual world. And in this right hemisphere, you are going to find ego. That's physical. That means you and your little avatar body, this right here, you're going to be doing things you're not supposed to do. Sit back and relax and rejoice, right? We upsetting hell this month. Don't forget that. It says if a goal isn't manifested fast enough, don't forget we in a year of the Chariot. According to your ego, here's that word again. Be patient. And patience is found in the left hemisphere of your brain that represents the spiritual logic side of your brain. And trust the universal's flow, or also, as I like to call it, heaven's flow. Sit back and chill. All right. Silent skill for this broken heart. Whew. All right. It hits 2. It hits this and it hits this. Okay. That's that message. You seen it fly out? That's from March. So we received surrender defensiveness. Oh, you want to fight now. You want to fight. Coming in wounded, feminine energy. It says defensiveness is a sign of weakness. That's on your right side of your brain, because strength has to be found on your left side, right? And that's just like a person who is broke or a person who does not have. That is a person who operates from the right side more than the left side, because the opposite of a person who's being broke or a person who lacks or a person who has none or has little is abundance. Abundance is the left side of the brain, right? So it says to communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered, and hear someone out. Don't forget, the neglect of the advice is also the year of the Chariot. Someone is going to come in with some type of knowledge or advice, and many of you are not going to take it because it says stay centered and hear someone out. It could be about a heartbreak situation. Now let me tell you what I hear, what I'm picking up. I'm picking up breakups, I'm picking up death, right? The dying, someone's going to die, people are going to pass away. And when a person, whether it be the mother, the father, the sister, the brother, the aunt, whoever, the best friend, the grandmother, the grandfather, the uncles, the aunts, whoever passes away, there is going to be many arguments and fights. But a person who does not want to listen and is in defense is going to be the person who is in the wrong, because there is someone that is going to come in, slip in, boom, and they are going to be looking at the situation, whether it be a pastor or someone from the spiritual, your spiritual family, and they're going to offer some advice, and someone is not going to listen because they are hurt. And I also hear the word damaged. Right? So it says, then offer a clear non-defensive response. So when people start talking and you're hurting, never operate or communicate out of hurt or pain, because we also received strength coming in as an eight. Eights represent rebirths. Let's go. Having a strength, because what's also here is the word Lord representing, see, communication, praise, and dishonesty coming in as a 7. A person is going to come in with some type of communication. This is going to be a person who is full of knowledge, or this is going to be a person who can help. It may be a spiritual advisor because you have the candles burning, right, on each side, right? What else? My eyes. And a person is writing. This could also be a lawyer or a judge. So be careful, coming in as a 7. And you have to be careful with this person because the number is 7, right? But the colors here are white, brown, and gold. The white talks about the purity and the clarification of the gold that represents illumination, which is somebody could be a learning or some type of light being shed, the celebration, right? But it is surrounded by the brown. Brown is the only injuring and damaging colors on the board. It represents what will keep you stuck, held down, nailed down to the ground. It also represents what needs to end and what needs to be buried. So even if a person comes in and speaks on something you do not agree with, do not be so quick to jump to the defense. Listen to what they have to say. Think about the response that you're going to give, and then give it. Not hard to do. So March. Let's jump into February and look at this cornucopia. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here for February. Clarify cornucopia. Why is it here? Right? Some type of changes, right? On the chest, action, hand, action upon chest, right? Action upon chest. 9 of Cups is here. Let's go. Substance is here. Also with the Seeker of Fire, and that is also 11. And the Seeker of Fire is the Page of Swords. So some type of news is going to come in about rewards being given. Some type of reward, some type of offer, some type of blessing. Yeah, let's go. For many of you, it might be your income tax. blessings. I feel like this is gonna be a month of smiles, right? A month of smiles. Um, the seeker of fire is fire element one, the thought of action, the thought of drive towards the feeling, water, feelings of being blessed. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Let's go doorway, gateway, threshold of spirit. Spirit. What cannot be seen in the physical, but is there in the spiritual for this cornucopia. A lot of 11s. You see, action. It's a lot. Action, 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 action. You receive the camel boy, right? Coming in as a 633, right? Doubles. Small steps asking for help. Let's go. Towards what? Taking small steps towards what? The Swan Queen representing transformations, right? Patience and intuition. Let's go. Being spiritually led. I mean, what more could you ask for? Honestly, what more can you ask for? Balance coming towards you, right? Balance is that 6. Yeah. Um, I feel like when a lot of you quiet yourselves and ask, right? Ask for help. A lot of information and downloads are gonna be given. Because I also see this red light is like red light, green light, because it's red, right? This is green, and that's what I see. Red light, green light. Well, a lot of you were at a standstill, needing to ask for help, or sitting here waiting on a sign, right? Now you got the green light to go and be successful. You have the green light to go and manifest. You have the green light to go and create. You have the green light to be abundant. You have the green light for many blessings. See that? Let's go. The 4 with the 2 represents the 6. What is the 6? Balance, equality, duality. See that? Yeah. So I feel like this is going to be the month, February, that a lot of balance and understanding. I hear somebody say, "You hear me?" I also hear somebody say, "You understand what I'm saying?" A lot of smiles are going to be put on many people's faces. I feel like a lot of people are going to get ready to get new vehicles. I feel like a lot of people are going to get ready to get approvals to homes and loans. I feel like a lot of people this month are just going to get their lives together. Honestly, that's how I feel. 9 of Cups rewards. Um, I hear stability, right? Being put in a position to maintain or sustain. This is going to be that month, and we need that. We need it. We want it. We want it. We want it. We want it, and we give things forward, right? We give things forward. So now let's go over here to this broken heart of March. I feel like a lot of you are going to be putting the focus or putting the energy into someone or something that is going to let you down over here. And you're going to have the strength, right? Right? Strength. Let me come up a little. Not to even fight with yourself, right? Fight with yourself to get an understanding, right? So you can have peace. That's how I feel. How I feel. Yeah. Spirit for March. Doorway, gateway, back to spirit. We're going back to spirit for March. Okay. On top of your divine timing and your cornucopia, you receive the high lore of gratitude in service. Selflessness. This is what it represents, or this is what it means. humility, and conscious action. I feel like many of you need to work with open road. I feel like many of you need to work with positivity. A message is so close. See that bird? Or I feel like a lot of you are going to receive a message that is going to put you in a better place, better space. See? Out of this heartbreak. But in order to receive the word, you must have patience to be strong and listen. That's how I feel. And when we talk about this selfless act, because it comes in as a two. Two represents doorway, gateway, thresholds. But in reverse, it could represent argue, fights, and law enforcement being called out. I feel like a message is going to come in, and many of you are going to have to learn how to wrestle with self to let it go and release this. Spirit, clarify broken heart. It comes in as a 9, so 9 represents the divine coming in, trying to deliver a message about a situation or a person. And then it's like, this flew way off the board, away with this defense. Stop fighting. You received the goddess of fire, also known as the king of fire or the king of swords. Right mindset, baby. Having the right mind, king of swords. The king of swords is somebody who has their heads on right. We're not talking about the queen of swords. You know, she get mad, she chop off heads. We talking about the king here, coming in a masculine form of energy because it is the king. Learning how to sit upon your throne with a cool level head and making decisions. Knowing when to collect the information and utilize it for your benefit. Because don't forget, at the end of it all, cornucopia is here. So you're going to have cornucopia in February. Many blessings are going to be flowing. Then a heartbreak is going to occur in March. A lot of you are going to lose yourselves. And you must have enough strength to reel yourself back in. Because help is coming. And they telling you help is coming in the form of communication. In case you didn't catch it. Right? In the form of communication. And this also represents 9. 9 is the number of divines. This is the heavens coming in telling you about a person or a situation trying to offer help. The 2 with the 7 is the 9, right? The 9 about the same heartbreak that the 9, which represents the divine, tried to tell you about. Yeah. You're going to have to reel yourself back in order to be happy again. Yeah. Do what you got to do, right? Do what you got to do. At the end of it all, I'm looking for February and March. Something's going to happen. You're going to lose your mind. It's going to be hard. But cornucopia remains. It is going to be given in February, but you're going to have to fight and find it in March. Let's go. Listen, I'm Leah. For all of those who need to talk to me, you can email me, text me, call me. Readings, turnaround time. A lot of people been asking about turnaround time. Right now, I think turnaround time is anywhere between 3 or 4 days out. Yeah. So next up, right, it's going to be the fears, facing fears, because that was another message that I picked up on. We need to face our fears coming in the year 2023. I'm a little late, but y'all already know me. If you know me, you know me. I'm gonna get here. We're getting ready to do fears. We need to face our fears. So until I see you guys again, right? Check out my website, enlightenedmystic.org. I do not just do readings. I sell mystic products for any situation, any occasion. My email is enlightenedmysticessentials@gmail. Um, you can also book a reading at enlightenedmystic.org. Um, and outside of that, I love you guys, right? I'm coming, right? It's taking me a little time. I'm so busy, but I make sure I get here when I need to. So, sometimes divine spirit be like, hey, if you don't get on. So I love you guys. This is what we got to look forward to for February and March. And, don't forget, don't get too lost in the sauce. Anybody who comes in with some type of information or communication to help, that's also known as a blessing. Whether you want to hear it or not, it still needs to be said. And if somebody is speaking, you need to listen, right? Do not get caught up in all this energy where advice is being given and you're not listening, because at that point you become what is it, the chariot, the energy of the chariot becomes reversed. So you got to be careful. And don't forget to figure out what season are you in the start of this year. Once you go through the 7 of Cups, then you have 3 more suits left. Once you go through the 7 of Swords, then you got 3 more. I mean, it just depends. Where are you at? So I love you guys. I'm Leah. Thanks for tuning in. I will be back with the fear facing fears reading. It's going to be posted at our sister channel, Dark Mystic Tarot. So take care. COVID is still on the rise. Stay safe.